Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Captain of Industry. Our little factory is starting to ramp up a little bit and we're starting to see movement on some of these things. I'm very keen to see lots and lots of things being produced. So once we start seeing these items in green lines instead of red lines, that would be great. Now, the way we've got this set up is we should be able to allow for that. But what is an issue here, though, is these guys can't actually pick up in this location. So I guess that is a bit of a challenge. This isn't accessible as it stands. So that's a potential issue with our setup here. What we could do, we could just keep it like that, and it'll fill up the other one, and this will be a bit of a buffer that we could get to in case of emergency. Now, let's have a quick look at what is happening with our steel production over here. I just want to see. Steel production is moving a fair bit. That one is getting a bit of slag that we can be using. And then we are producing bricks quite slowly. We're quite slowly producing bricks through this process. I don't think we can upgrade it. We can go to the next setup, basically. We are producing rubber, and effectively the rubber is all maxed out, ready to go. So that's good. We don't necessarily need any more than that as we stand. Now we have a few things that we need to work on, and we did complete a few extra bits of research, so like a captain's office, research lab 1 and lab equipment is what we've got, and we've got housing 2, advanced logistics, tree planting. Settlement water is something we could start to look at. We've got so much food now. It's amazing, and this is being kept nice and empty as well. So we could be looking at settlement water, but I don't think we need that just yet. We have a proper supply of diesel. That's quite good. We've got all of the rest of this kind of moving along pretty nicely. So I guess what we are looking at over here is the biggest issue. Okay, hang on. Let's just have a quick look at this. So this stuff is being produced over here, right? We are producing it from... Okay, so we're not actively smelting copper plates, right? Copper plates. Let's have a quick look. We have some cement and some copper in here. Over here, we've got nothing. Over here, we are out of copper plates. Okay, so the next big thing for us is to make... Ooh, hang on. Got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's just have a look here. We can produce more of these. I mean, we've got a bit of a buffer here, but and that's being produced. That's not being produced. So we do need ourselves a bit of a copper setup to be able to really move into that space. So I guess... with all of this in mind, we can progress on to the next piece of the puzzle. So what you can see here is we've got the assembly parts 2 here. Not assembly parts. What is it called? Construction parts 2. Got construction parts 2 looking pretty healthy, and construction parts 1. The first one looking very healthy over here. So really, the next big ticket item is copper. So we do need to have a bit of a look at copper. One thing that I do wonder if we should add is if we should add copper, iron, and coal to the mix. I mean, we've got coal here, so we can see that we've got a reasonable supply of it. But what we should probably do is add copper and... Copper. What is this? Copper ore. Yeah, copper ore and iron ore. Just so that we can see if we've got any kind of big ticket items ready to go, right? Iron ore. Let's add those two to the mix so we can kind of keep an eye on what is being mined. I mean, limestone and the likes we can do as well. But I guess at the moment we've got plenty of kind of nowhere to go with the limestone. Okay, so what do we have in this area? In this area, we've got the iron ore setup. So that is kind of running along quite smoothly. We need to do a separate setup all the way over here. I guess for... Oh, here we go. We've already made a start on it. So this is our copper ore ready to go. What we need to do now is effectively kind of do that same setup. So the whole the whole smelting setup. So we're going to need a bunch of this stuff over here. So we're going to need coal, which is great because coal is available nearby, right? This is a coal setup. Okay, so what I think we should be looking at, let's have a look at where we're cutting down trees. Actually, can we buy something? Can we buy something with that? We can buy some more of these, right? To get a few more out of the way. We could buy some of them if we need to. Yeah, I guess that's probably about right. We don't really have any other bits and pieces here. So let's sell out a few of those things because we do need to have a bit of a look at that. But what I also want to do is make sure we're actively cutting down some more of the trees that we need to be cutting down in this area. And I guess the next big ticket item here will be like this area here where we can run that one from the other side. So what I'll do is let's stop this one and instead we'll start trimming down this to make room for an expansion factory over here. At the same time, I would like to remove some debris over here. That's good. Okay, so now we've got a bit of room to maneuver. Now, I was kind of thinking maybe on that side, I guess. But I'm more inclined to try and run them into this area so we can kind of get all of the stuff in the middle and then maybe run a bit of a central factory that comes back. So I guess that's kind of the plan. So let's have a look. So if we go back to the smelting setup, blast furnace can give us the copper, and then from there we get the impure copper. And then for copper, we also have to do copper electrolysis, which will require some additional water. I believe we do have groundwater somewhere over here. So groundwater, we can certainly grab some groundwater over here, which can also be used potentially for settlement water. But anyway, for the time being, we will start off with our little bit of a factory build here. So we will start off with a blast furnace, and what we can do is we can basically copy a setup over here. Well, no, let's because this is a little bit of a funny shape. Let's maybe do it the other way around. So what I'll do is we'll start it off on this side. It'll actually work really nicely. So let's try and line it up so that we can still build a little bit of a. Yeah, let's do this. So let's grab. Are we in planning mode? I believe we're in planning mode, right? Yeah, we're in planning mode. Let's do that. So we'll do. Now, the one thing is, if we have a look at this, right? So they do go from 2 to 4, right? Which I guess we could just run into this general area here. So then from there we run a metal caster. So we effectively run 2 metal casters per one of these guys, right? So if we said maybe do that, and yeah, see, this is not going to work. So what we could do, right? We could rotate it and run it in the opposite direction, like so. There should be enough room for those to kind of come by this way. But I do need to potentially just we need to just swap these around so we kind of do slag and the in the same spot. So let's do that. So we'll cut this one. We'll rotate it and we'll flip it. Yeah, there we go. I'm kind of thinking that's the setup. So we'll get these 2 in the middle here. And then similarly, we'll flip this one again, right? So we try and kind of streamline that process a little bit. So we'll flip that one, put that one back in there. And in doing so, we could obviously also expand this whole setup. So let's have a quick look. So if we do a bit of a smokestack, say like that, we'll do there, and we'll do a similar smokestack over here. We'll do there, and we'll do there, right? Now we also need to obviously get rid of slag. And I'm kind of wondering whether we just do slag somewhere over here. So slag is, well, hang on. Let's just set our recipe. So our recipe will be this one. Yes, so that one is effectively slag. So what are we doing? We are copy settings. Beautiful. So now all of them should be doing the whole copper thing. Beautiful. That's good. And now we need a slag bucket. So let's grab ourselves a bit of a loose storage here. I'm kind of wondering, can we do it pretty tightly on this side? Let's try that, right? So my view is we'll do this one. No. That one. This one. And that one, right? So now that should run pretty reasonably. What we do want to do is get ourselves a little bit of slag out of the way here. So I'm guessing let's do the second part of this and try and get the slag through here. I guess that's the plan. So if we said no cutting, but in fact copying instead, we'll do a copy here. And the plan being that we need to do a little something like this. And this is actually pretty reasonable. We can, in fact, do that instead. Yeah, I think that would actually work because we can run them all on the same belt, I think. Or if we leave a little bit of room, we could do it the other way around. So let's do that. What I will do is I will kind of trim out that, and what we'll do is we'll delete that piece. These ones we can quite comfortably just tie in like so. And like so. Okay. So now we have a bit of room here. And so my view is we need to try and get all of the slag on that side. And I guess what we can do is if we do this, can't really, you want to, it needs all of that space to get there. So I'm going to try that. The plan is to try and tie that in. That's a little bit extreme, though. I guess this isn't going to work, right? Can I? How come you want to? Okay, so what we'll do. Okay, hang on. You know what? I want to try and do. If we did this, right? Can I do that? I can, right? It's a bit of a mess, but I guess this is a pretty compact way of dealing with it, and we'll get our slag out on the other side, right? So now we have. So I guess what we'll try and do is build one of them. Okay, so that's okay. So let's get going on getting one of them built, right? So it's this trick here, and we will build one of our clusters, and I guess that is gonna be let's go up to about there. So let's build all of that, and that should give us everything we need, right? Let's build that one as well in case it wasn't on the build. But yeah, now, so if these guys can now go ahead and build all of this, we should be ready to start moving on our second piece of the puzzle. So let's have a quick look. Go back to smelting. So the metal caster is giving us 12 impure. This one, on the other hand, takes 24 and gives us 19. So that one gives us 12. So it's effectively now we go back down to a single one. I need to just do a little bit of a double check on exactly what that means. So what is the actual recipe? Oh, it takes a bit of water as well. Okay. So I'm thinking we give ourselves a little bit of room here, right? That is still in planning mode. And then we'll do the same thing, but effectively from the other side. Okay, the problem... Oh, no. I think that should be okay. So let's try and look at that one. Copper, and then we'll do... we need to flip it around. No. That one... Oh, yeah. That's fine. But now we flip it around again and see if that will basically work. I think that is going to work. Right, so if we do this one and then we flip it around again and do the opposite one, again, we can put them nice and tight together. So this one is a little bit close together. We could maybe move these a little bit further apart. You know, maybe if we move it over by one. Anyway, it's okay. Let's leave it as is for the time being. We're not going to build the second one just yet. So what we need to do now is we need to get our water together. We'll have to check about the water thing. Can we have a bit of a look at building one of these locally? I think we probably can. If we were to maybe do that, build one of them, right? And then what we'll do, then we might need way more than that. But let's make a start on there. We'll get ourselves a bit of a fluid storage over here. Right, we'll tie that one in there. And now we need to kind of definitely provide our water to these guys. Okay. So what did we get? Not enough maintenance. Ooh, hang on. So what are we down to? Just need to check what are we missing for maintenance. That's a very important one that we don't want. So we're out of those basically. So we're not generating enough of these. So we're close to doing that. So in the meantime, let us quickly buy some of them. I think we're okay with this. Ooh, it's really pricey for us to do that. But anyway, let's grab a couple of them just to see that we continue to produce. So now these guys should be able to get them coming back in while we quickly figure out our water connection through here. And again, we might want to... these guys are effectively running. Okay, hang on. So let's just... what we want to do here is we probably want to run two and then we want to stack them, right? So let's quickly do that. I'll pause it for a second while we do that. So we'll run to about there. And we'll do the second one to about there also. I'm just thinking we need a bit of room, right? We might be a little bit close. Let me just have a quick look. Don't do that. Let's if we said we wanted to be over the top of it, right? How far? Get it to go in there. When can we get it up to say that level? I think it's over here. So basically, if that one goes over the top, right? So if we said, let's continue to run this one straight down the middle over there, all the way to the end, and then this one, we will. No. We want it to be up at that level. Beautiful. And then you can run all the way till there as well. Okay, so beautiful. So that will work. And now the idea is that we tie them in like this, right? Go up a level, go down a level. Actually, we're probably going to need to extend that a little bit, and then we go down and we tie it in over there. Beautiful. Now, from the bottom, we do the same thing. We may have to recover this vehicle, I think. Go out a little further there. See what's going on there. Yeah, no, that's fine. No problem. And so if we now go ahead and build that, that should be okay. Now, let's grab a little bit of a vehicle ramp to cut across these two. And let's get all of that. Oops, let's get all of that to be not all of that. let's get all of that. And we need to grab all of that. So let's build all of this and all of that, right? I guess if we get that sorted, all of these guys should start working by themselves and not needing that to work. Are we sorting out our maintenance yet? Pick up struggling to find a path, can't reach. Are you? Oh, you're stuck. Okay, hang on. Move you out of the way. Do you need to go in there? No. Oh, you could need to go in there. Okay. So let's cancel this one. Let's not do this one. Let's move it. Well, we could have just moved it, to be honest. So let's move it. Potentially something like this instead. Yeah, I think that's better. And what we'll do is we will go ahead and get it constructed. And now this guy should be able to move out of the way, get its stuff done beautifully. Okay, so I guess that's the plan. We don't have any room here. This is saying what exactly? It's unreachable, right? It's waiting for products, but it's unreachable. I guess that's fine. We don't need to import. So let's just not import. No. No imports, please. We'll grab. I mean, imports will come via these things. So get that built. That's kind of the primary idea. At the same time, you guys can also start building this for me, and now we can start making a little bit of use of what we're doing here. So let's quickly go back to these guys and say, so we want you to basically want you to do that, right? And we want you to tie in like so. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll make a start on this one. So build all of this and build that one. We will need to get the water over here, but I guess what we'll do with the water is we'll build ourselves yet another little another little ramp here. Doesn't want to hang on. Let's do that. Oh, it doesn't. What? Hang on, let's try this again. There we go. That's more reasonable. We'll do that, and we'll try another ramp in here, right? That's beautiful. Let's get another ramp going there. So let's quickly get all of this going. Oh, are we out of power? Interesting. Okay, we'll sort out the power in a minute. What's ooh, the maintenance is not looking good. So we need to sort out the maintenance. Let's okay, hang on. So improve slag export. Okay, so let's collect some rewards there. Set up conveyor belts. Yes, we get some stuff there. Let's mine some coal. Good. So we get some more stuff here. Construction 2. Build a new assembly and produce construction parts 2. Fine, we've done that. And collect some rewards on copper production. Beautiful. So we're collecting lots of rewards. But what I am super worried about is who is producing this. So this isn't happening, right? So what I need to do is let's get the priority to this guy a little bit. So it is actually producing. We're just not getting this stuff here quick enough, right? So those parts should be getting themselves done. We need an urgent bit of support here. Yeah, it is starting to. We are starting to see a bit of a ramp up here. But yeah, please do that. Get us to about an 8 here, please. So just keep coming in with these things. Not enough maintenance 1. Yes, I'm very much aware of that. So keep going with the construction here, and then this one needs to be 8 as well. Please get the stuff over here ASAP. How many do you have? You've got 8 in there, so we can start another batch of them, right? I'm just thinking. Do we need to... We kind of need to run... let's just do that. Let's do it ASAP. I'm actually going to use some Unity to get this built so that we can start running that in there straight away, right? Get this stuff going so we can... Yeah, excellent. Okay. Now we should see the maintenance start boosting back up again. Yeah, our power is fluctuating, so we do need another power one, another. We can boost it, right? So let's boost this one a little bit. Just a little. Let's just boost it a little bit. Actually, this one too. Let's boost both of them. It's going to cost us a little bit of Unity for a while. What does the boost actually do? It increases the power. I'm not sure, but anyway, as long as we can boost it just a tad. I just want to boost it a little bit. Wow, look at that that power drain there. Okay, so I guess we'll sort out the maintenance fairly quickly now. What we need to do is set up a little bit of extra power. Yeah. So if we wanted to continue expanding... It's not ideal, right? Just do it on this side instead. So let's do that and that. And what we'll do is we'll do this. Plan that out up to there. And do that. And we will get all of those things built, please, so that we'll run a little bit of extra power there, at least for now. I think we should be okay now, right? Okay, what are we... Okay, so we're out of the copper. Let's quickly grab a little bit more. Another batch of it, please. And I think then the next batch coming out should be okay. Okay, so now let's stop the boost there. This one, let's boost another. Okay, one more. Okay, now let's stop the boost there as well. Okay, beautiful. So that's starting to work. This guy is effectively out of power, so we're not seeing this happening. So what I will need to do here is I'm kind of thinking we need to continue the run of the water here. So give me the water pipe to continue, please. Oops, not there, but over here instead. So I'm going to run it kind of all the way to there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run it there and there, and we're going to run it there to there. Okay, so that gives us this one. And what we need to run out now is that brings in. So we'll need to keep a little bit of an eye on how we're going to run the inbound. But what we want to do ultimately is run the outbound conveyor to something that makes sense, right? We don't want to necessarily run it. I'm kind of tempted to run it this way and have a little bit of a container, a couple of containers there. But no, the idea is really that we're running in this direction. But the only thing I'm a little worried about. Okay, so let's get ourselves. Where are we going to put our containers in here? So let's give me a storage. We'll grab some unit storages here. You know what? If we didn't mess up ourselves there, we could just run it down on this side. And I guess that makes a little bit of sense here. So we'll do that, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this. Well, let's get rid of all of this. And the plan is that we redo that a little bit once we've got our conveyor in place. So let's start off with a conveyor that's gonna run. No. We want the conveyor to be running out there and in like so, right? And so in order to tie in, we'll tie that one in there. And I guess what we'll do, we haven't, we've not, okay, so let's do that instead. And we'll tie that one in there. It's not ideal, but for now, I think it'll work. Let's just finish our pipe connection. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get rid of that and that as well, and we'll just continue to run. No. Go back. Yeah. Get back to ground ASAP, and then just do a little bit of this. Yeah, perfect. So now tie you in there, and we'll tie you in there. So now all of that should be set up. So what the intent is straight away is for us to quickly go and build all of this, right? And actually we can do this. I'm thinking we'll do the rest of that as well. And what we still need to do is, this, I'm just thinking, let's quickly cancel this. I just want to have a quick look here, right? If we look at this, let's get our flat conveyor in. So point 1 is we want two of them to go in here, right? So it's effectively as simple as that. And the other one needs to go, basically from there. Did we tie in? We didn't. Oh, we did tie in from there to, okay, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work. Yeah, okay. So we need more room here. Interesting. Yeah, okay. We need a little bit more room here. So please cut and move everything here. And give us a little bit more room, like so, right? Okay, so that's fine. So we'll get those back together. We will get this guy to come back and we could do that, right? Yeah, I guess let's do... Let's do this, see if that works. We can obviously tie that one in there. And let's get a bit of a pipe. So that's pretty easy. That is reasonably easy. So can we... We cannot do that. Okay. Cancel that then. Let us get rid of... Let's get rid of that. So can we potentially do 2 of them, right? If we said that one goes there and this one goes... can this one do that? And maybe from here. Yeah, beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. That's the gist of it. Now go back and tie into there. Nice. Okay, beautiful. Let's start the construction process of all of this. Grab all of that. We will... we don't need this one. We'll need that and that and that. Okay. We'll need this one and that one. And they may not be constructible at the moment. I'm not sure. We'll keep an eye on it. But what we will want to do is we also want to straight away build these 2. So now we should have a supply of the stuff coming in. We should have a supply of the stuff coming. The output is full, the slag output. Okay, so what we need to do is make sure that we're emptying out the slag. That's a big no-no. We can't be sat with the slag there. We do have water building up, which is a good thing over here. And if we have a quick look across the board, everything is looking healthy apart from these guys, but we are starting to see some of these being produced, right? Guess what we're missing is, let's just do that. Maybe can't make that work. Okay, things are moving. We're out of power again. So what's taking all of this power? Let's just have a quick look. If we look at power, right? We've got these spikes in the the production is fine. But we've now got these spikes. So give me the consumption, production. Well, let's have a look at the consumption quickly. If we look at consumption. The rubber maker. So the rubber maker spins up every now and again, and it costs us a lot. Is that what's happening? Basic maintenance as well. But it doesn't look to be too silly. Oh, this guy's not built yet. Oh, we're out of what? We don't have these items? Ooh, that is funky. We should be able to get those items. Can you export from here? Yes, you can. Just continue to build. We should be able to make that work any minute now. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another one of those, just so that we get another slither of these items coming in. We'll work on concrete after that. But I guess this is kind of where this episode is gonna get to an end. We just want to, yeah, there we go. We're starting to see our copper plate production starting to ramp up a little bit, and that should finalize this guy, right? Don't have anything in stock, so guys, you need to build a little bit more of this, right? How much is in here at the moment? 5. Gonna see another few ready to go. Now there's 9. Can you please? We can export, right? Trucks can export cargo. Okay, so you can make your way over here because we're missing 10. Okay, so you're waiting until you've got 10 in stock here, right? 10 is available. Is someone picking it up? Is someone bringing it over? No, not yet. Let's have a look. Still no one is picking up the 10 here, but we are running. This is running. I just want to see that second. This one should be fine, right? Let's just pay for it, get it done, because these guys are bothering me. Oh, we're out of people? Okay. So what we'll do, where do we have a bunch of people that's not actively doing anything at the moment? They're all really working, I think. We've shut those down. I guess we can shut this one down for the time being. The output is full. So let's shut this one down. We'll reuse the workers and get the power up and running. Okay, beautiful. So that one is shut down. So now we've got power running. So this means copper plates should be on the go. Yes, excellent. Copper plates are inbound. We have sufficient water, it seems, to continue the electrolysis process over here. I guess that is looking pretty good. We're seeing our copper plates going up now nicely. So our factory is starting to grow. Everybody is getting what they want and need. This lacks a little bit of expandability at the moment, but I guess we can fix that. And yes, so now that's the start of the second part of our factory. And now we're starting to catch up with some of the research that we've been doing. But at least we have we've got our stuff ready to go now. The next thing I think we need to figure out is how are we going to automate this process. And I think that should be reasonably straightforward, though rubber might continue to need to come by truck, but I guess we can do a little slot over here. Okay, that's fine. What I'll quickly do as well is I will buy a bunch more of these guys so we can get rid of that. Similarly, I might grab a few of those. I just want to get rid of a few more loads of wood so that we can move on. And let's quickly send out the ship one more time. So if we wanted to say, come on over here, come and have a look, explore over this way. The ship is making its way over there. We are stockpiling reasonable amounts of water. Not that much, actually. They go straight into here fairly quickly for irrigation. But I think our food is nowhere near problematic. We may be a little short on water as it is looking at brick production. So I guess I think that secondary brick production, the more advanced process is something we need to look into. But if I just quickly go across the board, what are we looking at here? Construction parts 1, good. Copper plates starting to rise. Diesel seems to be dropping down. Obviously, we're generating a little bit more power now, so we need to keep an eye on that number. Well, this is what we bought, but I guess these guys continue to go. We need to focus our attention on this one. These others are holding stable. Construction parts number 2 is nice and healthy at the moment as well. We are running out of copper ore, which I guess we just need to maybe add an extra truck or two to that mix. We need to keep going with where our dumping ground is. Yeah, so we're effectively dumping the next layer here. Let's have a quick look over here. We got some various things that we're bringing back, so that's good. So all of that's pretty good. Got the dumping ground going. Yeah, we can't actually get down here because of how we're dumping it now. But I guess that's going to be just fine for now. It's still looking good. We need to keep a little bit of an eye on what we're doing over here. This guy is filling up over there. That's not a problem. So yeah, I think we're in a reasonably healthy position. We may want to expand our copper mining operation, but I guess I guess now we're in a reasonable spot with copper plates, so we don't necessarily need to ramp that up anymore. It is healthy. So I think the next thing is for us to look at concrete bricks and these electronic components. What do they call them actually? Not that one, but this one. This is electronics. We need to have a look at electronics. So that's the next thing that we probably need to just expand in this area. And I would like us to continue to kind of chuck out all of this stuff so that we make room for our factory. I think once we have this is a reasonable little spot for our factory to kind of come together in the middle. I think that's going to be just fine. And then we'll have to have a bit of a look at how we expand our settlement. How much room do we still have? Total population. We actually are out of housing capacity, so we'll need to build another one if we're going to add more people to the mix. For now, I think we're just holding on, and it is looking pretty stable. Everybody's happy and healthy. Yeah? Current diseases, it's cold. Reduced by having a hospital and providing medical supplies. So that's not anywhere close to happening just yet. Anyway, guys, we will continue on to the next pieces of the puzzle in the next episode. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.